What's up, Get Slammers? This is Bow and Arrow, and this is the show where I recap NXT. And I'm talking about NXT that happened last night, so let's start right off the bat. We've got William Regal. He made an announcement. He says that the next NXT Women's Champion will be decided at a fatal four-way at NXT TakeOver Houston. I really like this. He says one of the competitors is already decided. It's the winner of the Mae Young Classic, Kairi Sane, and I really like that. I'm glad that they're not just saying, "Hey, you won the Mae Young Classic. Just good job. Props to you." Like, hey, nice job winning. Here's a trophy. Also, you get to compete for the NXT Women's Championship, and that's really awesome. So that's where she's gonna make her NXT in-ring debut. Kairi Sane will make her debut at NXT Takeover Houston. And then William Regal says that the other three competitors will be decided by a series of matches on NXT. I really like that. I'm glad he's not just saying, here's this person, this person, this person are also competing. We're going to see them in a match and kind of get to see them fight out for it and maybe have some storylines created along the way. So that's really good. I'm really glad that they decided to do it that way. After that, Sanity came out. Remember last week that they attacked the Undisputed Era, and I'm talking about Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly. They attacked them at the end of the show last week, and Eric Young, the leader, he says, he's going to take Adam Cole to the edge of Sanity, and they will be the main event. Hey, buddy. And they will be the main event. So tonight's NXT main event will be Eric Young and Adam Cole. Sorry, lost my train of thought. So yeah, that's nice. After that, we had Lars Sullivan versus Oni Lorcan. Now, Lars Sullivan has been dominating NXT the past few weeks. He's gone through No Way Jose just recently, so he's really getting a build. During the match, Oni Lorcan gave Lars Sullivan a drop kick, and Lars Sullivan took it like it was nothing. At one point, Oni Lorcan gives him I think 6 or 7 slaps to the face, and it didn't even faze him. Lars Sullivan won. It was a pretty good match despite Lars Sullivan dominating most of the time. Lars Sullivan tried to attack Oni Lorcan after the match, but Danny Burch came in before anything bad could happen to Oni Lorcan. So I don't know if they're gonna start having a feud now, or if it's just kind of, I'm not sure. But anyway, the only thing to take away from this is Lars Sullivan is a beast, and he should not be taken lightly. And I don't know who he's gonna face next, but they're in for a treat. Ugh. After that, we had an interview with Ruby Riott, and she says that the Iconic Duo has requested a rematch against her and Nikki Cross a couple weeks ago. Ruby Riott was set to have a tag team match against the Iconic Duo, and that's Peyton Royce and I forget the other girl's name, but anyway. But Ruby needed to find a partner, and I don't think she tried that hard to find a partner. She just wanted to fight them. So anyway, the match started, and it was just one versus tag. So Ruby was by herself, but eventually Nikki Cross came out and helped her with the match. Ruby Riott says that Nikki Cross is not her friend, and she hasn't seen or talked to her or anything like that since that tag match. And she says the Iconic Duo wants a fight. She will give them one, and if Nikki Cross ends up showing up, she better just stay out of her way. Interesting. After that, we had Heavy Machinery versus Demetrius Bronson and Patrick Scott. Heavy Machinery wins with ease. I mean, they face jobbers. So I think they're trying to build Heavy Machinery up again. Maybe have them go against Sanity. But then again, it might be Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly taking on Sanity to NXT Houston. I'm not really sure what they're thinking about with that. Hey, let's go over here. I'm doing a video. Thanks. Let's see. After that, we had William Regal and Johnny Gargano. So William Regal was kind of outside Full Sail University. He was talking to not the public, but the press. And Johnny Gargano comes out, and William Regal's like, "Hey, Johnny, I got your message about the rematch you wanted with Andreas Ciaz Almas." He says in 2 weeks he'll get that rematch. And then Johnny Gargano was like, "Okay, cool." He leaves, and then William Regal turns back to the press and says, "At NXT TakeOver Houston, there's going to be something really, really special. So I'm excited. Makes me wonder what that special thing is going to be, if it's going to be a special match or something else. I'm just going to type in and see when NXT TakeOver Houston was. I don't even know. But yeah, so I'm really excited about that. Maybe ladder match, steel cage match. I don't even know if they've had like a steel cage match at an NXT TakeOver. November 18th. So still a little bit less than a month. November, more than a month away. Yeah, so more than a month away. Plenty of time to speculate what it's going to be. But still, it's gonna be interesting. I'm excited. Let's see. After that, we had Roderick Strong interview. Now Roderick Strong, he's kind of stepped up to the plate and said, "Hey, Drew McIntyre, you're the NXT champion, and I want to take you on for that championship." He says, Roderick Strong says he trains every day, or he trains like his next match is his last. And he says Drew doesn't have the tenacity to beat him, and he says he's gonna come at Drew with everything he has. And that match will be actually next week on NXT, so definitely excited for that one. After that, we had Liv Morgan versus Vanessa Bourne. I didn't really know, I'm not too up to date on the NXT women's division, so I did some research. Liv Morgan, she's actually been in NXT for a few years, kind of been in and out of it. And Vanessa Bourne competed in the Mayhem Classic. Liv Morgan wins. It was a nice match. Liv Morgan looked a little bit more impressive than Vanessa Bourne, so I'm wondering if maybe Liv Morgan might get one of those matches that say, hey, if you win this match, you'll get in at the Fatal 4-Way at NXT TakeOver Houston. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen next with that. After that, we had Aleister Black talk. He says the Velveteen Dream came out and kind of played with his head a little bit, and he says that Velveteen Dream thinks he's something special, but he's not, and he refuses to acknowledge a child that throws a tantrum to get attention. And at one point, he uses the Velveteen Dream's real name, which is Patrick, and he says, if by being bizarre, Patrick thinks he can get in my head, he is rudely mistaken. So I'm interested to see where that's going to go. I really like Aleister Black, and I really like the Velveteen Dream, so it's really nice that they've got them together. So yeah, hopefully maybe next week they'll have a match or something. We'll see. After that, we had Fabian Aichner. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Fabian Aichner versus Cassius Ohno. I didn't really know much about Fabian. He was actually in the Cruiserweight Classic. Really decent match. At one point, he does a springboard to Cassius Ohno. Jumps from the ring to the top rope and then outside. That was really cool. Cassius Ohno ended up coming back after that, and he won. It was a good match. But I'm telling you, Fabian Aichner is someone to keep an eye on. I said that about Lars Sullivan. Look at him now. So Fabian Aichner, he's really good. He was in the Cruiserweight Classic. He couldn't be in 205 live now. I think I looked up. He said he weighs in at like 238. But a guy that for that size that can do those springboards and those fancy high flying moves, he's really good, and people should watch out for him. After that, we had Drew McIntyre. He did an interview. He says if anybody wants an opportunity for the NXT Championship, all they have to do is ask. And Roderick Strong is the guy that stepped up, and he respects that. He says that next week will be his first title defense, but it won't be his last. So, strong words from the champion. After that, we had the main event. So, it was Adam Cole with Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly versus Eric Young with Killian Dane, Alexander Wolf, and Nikki Cross. So Adam Cole and all those guys came out first, and before Sanity came out, he says that he's surprised that NXT has survived without them, and that this is their time. So then we get into the match. At one point, Eric Young got on the top rope. It looks like he was gonna, do some type of move on Adam Cole, but instead, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly come to the ring apron and try and distract him, and eventually a fight breaks out between Sanity, and the rest of the Undisputed Era. Eric Young's kind of watching. He's still on the top rope, and looks like he's gonna finish his move, whatever he's gonna do on Adam Cole. But instead, he jumps on everyone else outside the ring. So that was kind of cool. But Adam Cole takes advantage of that, throws him back in the ring, gives him one knee to the face, and that was it. Adam Cole won. Pretty decent match. Can't complain. I wonder if it's just going to be a one-time deal, if there's just going to be one match, if they're going to keep it going. So I'll definitely, I can't wait to see what next week brings. So that was NXT. Like I said, pretty good show. Not a lot to complain about. We had a lot of really good stuff. I'm interested to see what women will compete in the NXT TakeOver Houston Fatal 4-Way. Like I said, we already know one of them, Kairi Sane. Lars Sullivan still dominating. Excited to see who he's going to face next. Still wondering where Nikki Cross fits in with all the Ruby Riott and the Iconic Duo stuff. Like I said, looks like they're building heavy machinery once again. Johnny Gargano is going to get his rematch against Andre C.S. Almas in 2 weeks. Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black going at it. That's really good. Hopefully next week they'll have a match. Casazono still looking good. But like I said, watch out for Fabian Eichner. He's got some potential, definitely. So yeah, and I'm really excited to see where the Undisputed Era goes next. Are they gonna have a different match with a Sanity superstar? I don't know. And then don't forget, next week we've got Drew McIntyre versus Roderick Strong for the NXT Championship. And I don't think Drew's going to drop it on his first title defense, but I still think it's going to be a really good match. Really good match nonetheless. So this has been your NXT recap. If you missed out on my 205 Live recap that I did yesterday, don't forget to check that out. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget we do a weekly podcast where we talk about all pro wrestling news and stuff like that. You can find us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play Music, and just search Get Slammed Wrestling. This has been Bow and Arrow with your NXT recap. Thanks for watching.